Welcome everybody to another edition of Friday Night SmackDown, just 8 days away from the biggest party of the summer, that being SummerSlam in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight we continue the trek towards that show, continue to build the card. Hello everybody, I am Mr. Rob. We are live here this week in Boston, Massachusetts. Hope you are ready for the action. If you are, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. Let's take a look at what's in store for tonight. First, it'll be the Viking Raiders versus the Happy Folks in tag action. Then Butch will take on Mansoor just a week after attacking Pat McAfee. Caden Carter will go one-on-one against Shotzi, as well as Sami Zayn taking on Ricochet in non-title action. Our main event with huge ramifications, it'll be Drew McIntyre versus main event Jey Uso. The Viking Raiders are victorious, picking up a little bit of a roll, are they? Butch picks up the win over Mansoor. Caden Carter beats Shotzi. And now it's time for Sami Zayn versus Ricochet. Well, this will be a non-title matchup, but it'll be two foes who are very well familiar with each other, Sami Zayn and Ricochet, who have done battle for the Intercontinental Championship in the past. It's a big opportunity for Sami Zayn here tonight. He might not think so himself, considering he thinks everybody is out to get him, but Sami Zayn has been on a little bit of a hard streak recently, has been racking up some losses, did participate in Money in the Bank just earlier this month, but it has been a hard time since when he lost the Intercontinental Championship to Ricochet. So Sami Zayn would love to get back on the right track with a win over the man who beat him tonight for that championship back in February, and a win over the Intercontinental Champion in a non-title matchup puts you right in the line for a title opportunity. So Sami Zayn, whether he might look at it that way or not, it's a big opportunity for him and a big way to right the wrongs of recent months. But he's going up against a champion who has been red hot since winning the Intercontinental Championship. Ricochet has shown no signs of slowing down since beating Zayn for the title. He has successful title defenses over Sami Zayn, over Happy Corbin, over Madcap Moss, over Jinder Mahal a couple times. Just recently ended a rivalry with the modern day Maharaja, where he beat him in a tables match live here on SmackDown. So Ricochet has welcomed all comers, and he has been on quite a roll, knocking them all down. So who can stop the one and only? He welcomes the challenge tonight. But Ricochet, there has been one man who's been able to beat him in recent times. That was Shinsuke Nakamura, who beat Ricochet just before Money in the Bank in a qualifying match. So Ricochet has said in the past he wants another match with Nakamura. But tonight you can't look past Sami Zayn, as it'll be Zayn versus Ricochet, non-title matchup. And we are ready to go here on SmackDown as we get this one started. Both superstars quickly in the center of the ring. And speaking of quickly, Ricochet already hitting the ropes, hitting a springboard handspring Pele kick. And down goes Zayn. That's what we're talking about when we call this man the one and only. It's not just a catchphrase. He really is truly special. As now the Intercontinental Champion, talked about, has been champion for quite some time, has knocked down all opponents. Failed to qualify for Money in the Bank. We talked about earlier. He lost to Shinsuke in that qualifying matchup. And Shinsuke now owns a non-title victory over Ricochet. So you have to think maybe Nakamura is next in line for the Intercontinental Championship. You have to wonder who is going to step up to Ricochet. Or maybe it'll be the King of Strong Style, as Ricochet with a high kick knocks down Sami Zayn. But Zayn's able to win tonight. He also goes to the front of the line, you would think, is now Ricochet. Seen this before. After another superstar, he's going to hit the ropes. He's going to taunt. And instead we go for a moonsault onto Sami Zayn. So Ricochet having a little bit of fun here tonight in Boston, Massachusetts, as he's been in quite control of this contest. And another drop kick to the back of the head of Sami Zayn. Ricochet and Sami both currently don't have a match at the biggest party of the summer. Still a couple of open spots as Ricochet goes for another Pele kick this time. Sami does have it scouted, and that's the opening that Zayn needs to get the upper hand in this matchup. But a couple of those spots on that card, both these superstars would love to get in on the show. As now Ricochet with a hold of Zayn will send him over the top rope and down to the floor. And quickly he'll follow suit with a standing shooting star press onto the outside. A little bit of extra damage on that minimal padding as the ref will begin his counts. Zayn went for a shot to the midsection, but Ricochet was able to get there first and is now going to stretch the Great Liberator across his back and plant him into the outside. As Ricochet has been all over Sami Zayn in this matchup. Maybe even has Zayn's number as Ricochet will enter the ring and just kind of take a minute to rest as the referee's now up to a count of 4 before Sami does start to get back to his feet. Ricochet going to let Sami enter the ring clean. As Sami will do, but Ricochet will catch him with the right hand right as he gets in between the ropes and now looking to tie him up. What's Ricochet thinking here? A little bit of stretch across the knee into the back of the neck. Very intriguing submission there by Ricochet. Now we're going to try to go for the cover on Zayn. Boot is close to the ropes, but he'll kick out at 1 nonetheless. And now hitting the ropes again. Another one of those Pele kicks. Perfect timing. Caught Sami right as he was getting up, and Ricochet has been taking it to him. Another shooting star press, standing position. I mean, Ricochet, he will hit you at any and every move at any angle. We talked about later tonight, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso is your main event of the evening. Big time ramifications for the SummerSlam clash between McIntyre and Roman Reigns. McIntyre has officially cashed in his Money in the Bank contract for SummerSlam, so that match has been made official. But tonight we'll be able to figure out if Roman Reigns will have some help at ringside. We'll get more on that as we get ready for the main event. But right here, Ricochet now whipping Sami in over the top rope and down again to the floor, just cutting off any offense that Zayn tries to get going. As the referee again will start his count, but Ricochet will not allow that to happen. He's going to head to the outside himself and hit another standing shooting star press on the outside. And now looking to just wear away Sami. You can't win by submission on the outside, but you can definitely do as much damage as you want. As he's just continuing to torque away on Sami before Sami finally with knees into the back will cause the break. And maybe that's the sliver of opening that he needs as he gets a hold of Ricochet and just throws him up against the announce table. So Zayn just trying to create a little bit of space. That Ricochet did clip the front of the table and now head bouncing off as Sami with more strikes. He's not hitting on all of them, but the ones he is connecting are doing a little bit to the champ, but the champ will battle out. Create the separation, but Sami there to cut him off again. Ref up now to a count of 6 here. As Sami picks up with a scoop slam down on the outside to Ricochet. Big time move there by Sami. That could be what he needs to get back in this matchup. Is up to a count of 7. He's going to put Ricochet back in the ring as he looks to try to win this one inside the ropes. A kick to the midsection now. Getting some more offense. Going to try to put the pressure on the champ. Go for the pinfall here, but he only gets 1 before Ricochet does kick out. We talked about what a win this would be for Sami Zayn. He desperately needs it. And he beat Drew Gulak to qualify for Money in the Bank, but other than that, it's been kind of few and far between as Ricochet, though, hits the big driver down. Going to try to put Sami away here. Gets 2, but no, he does get the shoulder up. So Sami, right as I started to give him some praise, he could be on the receiving end here. As now Ricochet quickly to the outside. He's going to go to the top rope. This is not where you want to be if you're Sami. He's going to look for the 630, and he delivers right on the button. Now Ricochet into the cover, gets 2, and that's all she wrote, folks, with a huge win over Sami Zayn. As Ricochet continues his hot streak in recent months, while Sami Zayn has just not been a good stretch for him, not been a good 2022 so far. As he looked good in a couple of spurts here, Ricochet able to put him away. As you take a look at the highlights, that was the driver that set Sami up, and then Ricochet went to the top rope and delivered the 630, and that was all he needed right there, right on the button. As Ricochet celebrates his win, but Ricochet, you can see, motioning to the back, he's calling out Shinsuke Nakamura. He wants Nakamura to make his way to the ring, and here comes the King of Strong Style. We mentioned Nakamura beat Ricochet just before Money in the Bank in a non-title matchup to qualify for the ladder match. So Nakamura owns a non-title victory over the champ, and we're seeing that Ricochet wants to avenge that loss we're hearing. He wants to put the title on the line against Nakamura at SummerSlam. Well, Nakamura makes his way to the ring. We'll have to see what he has to say about that. I can't think that he'd want to deny a title shot. as Nakamura's looked very good in recent months. Challenged for the Universal Championship not that long ago. Challenged for the tag titles at WrestleMania, both times unsuccessful. But a little bit of momentum here for Nakamura as he gets ready to make his way into the ring. Standing across now from Ricochet, and they will shake hands, so the match for SummerSlam is official. So we'll add an Intercontinental Championship contest to the card. Ricochet versus Nakamura. That is going to be a heck of a match. But now it's time for our main event. Making his way to the ring is Mr. Money in the Bank himself, Drew McIntyre, who won the briefcase at Money in the Bank. You see, no longer carrying the briefcase because it's officially been cashed in for SummerSlam. He's turned it over to WWE official Adam Pearce. And McIntyre awaits just 8 days from tonight the opportunity at the Universal Champion. It has been months in the making. McIntyre's been at the head of the line against the bloodline, no pun intended. And now he finally gets his fair one-on-one shot against the champ. But Drew McIntyre with a huge opportunity here tonight. He gets to take on Jey Uso in the main event. And if McIntyre wins tonight, the Usos will be banned from ringside in the SummerSlam matchup. If they come to the ringside, Roman Reigns loses the Universal Championship. So a huge opportunity tonight for McIntyre to make it a fair one-on-one encounter. We have not seen Paul Heyman as well since McIntyre delivered the Claymore kick on SmackDown a month ago, as he has been wrestling with a broken jaw, we've heard. And now McIntyre just has to beat one more member. That is main event Jey Uso, though, as he will have his brother at ringside for him tonight. So Jey bringing a little bit of backup. The longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions in history. Over a year, they have held the gold. They've been a dominant tag team. Nobody's been able to stop the Usos. But tonight, Jey's got to go at it in solo competition. But you can't sleep on Jey. He's been very successful as a solo star in his own. He's challenged for the Universal Championship in the past. Actually took Roman Reigns to the limit just last year for that title. Actually 2 years ago, apologies. And he's a former Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner. So Jey has the credentials, but can he get it done? Main events, as he will take on Drew McIntyre. If the Usos lose, they are banned from the SummerSlam matchup. So a huge opportunity Jey has in front of him, huge for McIntyre. He's got the thing, a lot of pressure on Jey here tonight. He's looking to get a fast start over the Scottish Warrior as he kicked to the back. As all eyes are on Jey tonight, but that's why he calls himself main event Jey Uso. He's quickly going to go to the top rope here, turns around, goes for a huge senton, but he misses out. Go for the big shot early. I think that's what you need to do against McIntyre, so I like the idea. Just could not execute. And now a couple of strikes, kick to the midsection, and uppercut. Down goes McIntyre again. As Jey taking it to him early. Not allowing McIntyre to get out of the box. Want to see if he can maintain this offense, though. As McIntyre, there it is, a big boot to the head. That'll get him the separation he might need. But Jey quickly trying to get back to his feet. McIntyre asking him to bring on the fight. And Jey will do just that. A big spine buster down. And McIntyre may have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew at that time. Gotta be careful what you wish for. We've talked about the singles credentials of Jey Uso, so not someone you want to take lightly. As there's the sharp right hand shots to the side of the head, and now an elbow for good measure. And McIntyre wants to make it a fair one-on-one contest, but he's got to win here tonight. The Usos at ringside would go a long way in giving an advantage to the champ. As now Drew gets hung up on the top rope. And Jey's looking very good here. McIntyre's a tough superstar to put down. We've seen that in the past. But you can't let Jey get rolling early. Can't let him get that confidence going. But right here is what you need to do. Deadlift into the powerbomb. Use the power game to your advantage. And just like that, with one move, McIntyre could turn the tide of this contest as he just picks Jey up by the head and just throws him halfway across the ring. That's the power game we're talking about. But Jey quickly back up to his feet. That's the quickness you talk about with Jey. Both superstars, in my opinion, utilizing their strengths to perfection here in this contest, as Jey has used his speed advantage to get right back on top of Drew, sweeps out the legs, and now works away on Jey Uso. So now just hard right hand shots. So this is the power of McIntyre now on display as Jimmy does look on from ringside. You gotta keep your eyes in the back of your head as Jimmy will look to get involved whenever necessary, as Drew McIntyre, though, starting to feel himself here, starting to get the crowd behind him and get back in this matchup. This is just squeezing the right tricep now of Jey Uso. That's a hard claw right on the pressure point, but Jey quickly and wisely will sweep the legs out from McIntyre, but McIntyre quickly back to his feet, sweeps the arms out from Jey Uso and just taunting away at the bloodline. You can see Drew McIntyre very emotional in this contest. You gotta be careful about letting your emotions, though, get the best of you, as he just sends Jey over on the apron now. And Drew has him tied up in the ropes and is just going to rain hard left forearms across the chest now of Jey. Bare chest, those hard, almost sledgehammer lefts as Jey falls to the outside. As Jimmy, though, will give Drew space, not looking to get ejected from this contest. As now they go to the outside in a quick sprawl, and Jey trying to get a couple of shots in, trying to regain his senses after those hard shots to the chest. Get McIntyre back up to his feet, whipping back in the ring, trying to win this one in between the ropes. McIntyre there to cut him off, but Jey quickly sweeps out and hits the big super kick right on the button. Drew could be stunned. Jey realized this could go for the cover. This would be a huge win. There he is, going to sweep the leg. Usos now, could they be at ringside for SummerSlam? Gets two. No, Drew McIntyre does kick out Jey a little in disbelief, but you got to keep the pressure on. How about right hand shots to the face of Drew? Those are right on the jaw. As Jey Uso, kick to the head, right as I was going to say, getting some momentum. Drew looking to cut him off. Now has him up. Going to get him up vertically now. This is the power of the Scottish Warrior. Marching in the ring with a delayed suplex. Lets the blood rush to the head. And Drew McIntyre taking it now. Shot to the midsection. Couple more shots. Huge forearm blast. Jey could be in a lot of trouble here as Drew starting to get fired back up. As Jey down. Could be looking for that Claymore shot. I think that's what Drew's setting up for. Trying to keep Jey down. Just stomping away. Now going to get him back to his feet. Gets a hold of one half of the SmackDown champs and just throws him across the ring again. And Drew quickly going to go to the corner. Could Jey be taking a trip to Claymore Country? As yes he is. McIntyre right on the button. A Claymore kick to Jey. And you might as well count to 100. Down goes Jey. And Drew McIntyre has banned the Usos from ringside at SummerSlam. A huge win for McIntyre. 1-on-1 it will be at SummerSlam. As hold on a second, can we cut the commercials as Jey tried to assault McIntyre after the win. And in comes the Cavalry, Jimmy in as well as the champion Roman Reigns in the building. It might be 1-on-1 at SummerSlam, but tonight it is a 3-on-1 beatdown on McIntyre. The Bloodline gets the last laugh tonight. But at SummerSlam, like you said, it'll be 1-on-1. Roman Reigns defends the Universal Championship against Drew McIntyre. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, just 1-on-1. Also, we saw this match be made official earlier tonight. Ricochet versus Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship will happen at SummerSlam. Will Ricochet avenge his loss to Nakamura, or will Shinsuke once again be Intercontinental Champion? Speaking of matches official, this one has also been made official. After last week's attack, we will see McAfee back in the ring. He will take on Butch 1-on-1 at SummerSlam. Butch has been quite on the hot streak. Can he knock off McAfee, or will Pat pick up the win over Butch? Also in the women's division, Ronda Rousey puts the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line against Lacey Evans, as Lacey Evans have the secret formula to knock off Rousey in the form of a women's right, or will the reign of the Rowdy One continue? And then finally, the last match on the SmackDown side of things is for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan will defend against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Liv says Rhea will be ready for SummerSlam, but will they both be ready for Carter and Chance, who have looked red hot since joining the SmackDown roster? All that will happen at SummerSlam. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, just 8 days away from the biggest party of the summer. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.